Good afternoon. My name is Bob Morrison, Superintendent, Garland ISD, and on behalf of the school board and administration here, I would like to welcome you to this celebration. We are here to celebrate some hard work and efforts on behalf of some of our staff and the partnership with Texas Instruments and their involvement in our students' lives over the next 3 years. We so appreciate any time our community partners and business partners will take up on that task of helping us educate students, especially in the areas of math and science. But it would not be, it's really important for me to say that we wouldn't be here without the efforts of one person. Dr. Wells came to me with the idea of this partnership. And of course I jumped at it, hoping, you always hope for the best, right? And she's an amazing educator, cares for kids, and without her due diligence, along with her expertise and what she brought with us when she came here to Garland about a year ago, we would not be in this situation and have this opportunity. So Dr. Wells, on behalf of the district, thank you very much. And at this time, it's my privilege to introduce the board president, Larry Glick.
Last month, several of the trustees attended the National School Board Convention in New Orleans. The keynote speaker was Thomas Friedman, the foreign affairs editor and columnist for the New York Times, 3-time Pulitzer Prize winner, and author of the book, The World is Flat. Mr. Friedman's topic was surviving in the hyper-connected world. And one of the tips he gave was always be in beta. Now, beta testing has usually been associated with software companies, continually testing the software to make sure it'll work. But what he said is we should all be in the beta mode all the time. Businesses, service industries, even individuals. And I thought about that and says, should a school district also be in beta all the time? And I think we should be. Some of the things we've been doing as beta projects, a new strategic plan. Now, Dr. Wells and I got together for lunch when she first came to the district, and we talked about what could we do to make our district better. And one of the things she talked about was rigor in the classroom, rigor in teaching, rigor in homework assignments. And that's started to form our new strategic plan. Each of the pages reflects what we want to approve in this district and what we're going to approve at the end of this month. The school board will have the final version to approve. Additionally, what other things are we doing in beta testing? Well, we had a very, very successful program called AVID, Advancement via Individual Determination, mainly in our middle schools. Now we've expanded it from 6 middle schools to 12 middle schools. We've taken it from 6 high schools to the 7th high school this summer, and now we're even going backward into the elementary schools. One of the things that AVID demands of every student in the program in both semesters is to take a higher level course. Why? Because that's how you succeed in college, by challenging yourself. Back to that term, rigor in the classroom. And finally, what are we doing? You remember that you read in the newspapers all the time about the tests, where the U.S. scores against countries like South Korea and Finland. We're 19th in math, 20th in science, things of that nature. That test is called the PISA test, the Program for International Student Assessment. For the first time ever, school districts are now allowed to give the PISA test to their 15-year-olds and determine how well you're doing against districts throughout the United States, but also how well you're doing against the countries of the world. And so we are challenging ourselves. And today we take that challenge one step further. By partnering with the National Math and Science Institute and with Texas Instruments, we're saying we want to go to the next step. We want more students to take AP tests. We want the teachers to be better able to teach our kids to take the AP tests. Because we understand there's a national standard in this country, and that is the AP tests. Colleges want to know, how well did you do in your AP tests? They don't know what your curriculum might have been in the school, but they know there's one guide whether the same test taken on the same day, whether it's in Maine or Texas or Washington State, the same test is taken. And with the help of your foundation and the National Math and Science Institute, we are going to do beta testing and succeed. We'd like to thank you on behalf of the Board of Trustees and Dr. Morrison for partnering with our district.
Good evening. This is an exciting day. We got to cheer up. This is just a celebration. This is exciting. We're very happy to be here today. And I just want to start off by saying, you know, we could not have this opportunity if it were not for the generosity of Texas Instruments. $1.5 million is a lot of money. So I think they just deserve a hand of applause just for their commitment. And words really can't explain how much we really appreciate the investment in our students. I just wrote a few notes because I want to tell you a little bit about this program. I'm very passionate about this program. As a principal, I was able to experience the wonder of NMSI and TI partnership, and I saw my students go off and accomplish things that they never imagined they could accomplish. And so when I came here and talking to the principals and working with area directors and working with our deputy superintendent, our superintendent, and our board is very supportive of our efforts. You know, this was the perfect program, and it was just really lining up everyone, and it worked out perfectly. So we're so excited to be here today and really celebrate this accomplishment. I want to talk about a few components of the program for those of you that are not familiar with the NMSI program, because it is truly amazing what these funds will go to support. As you know, it focuses on the math, science, and English, of course, and advanced placement courses are courses we want our students to be exposed to. The research shows us that even exposure to the course, even if you're not successful with a qualifying score, just being in that course and being exposed to that level of work will help you on your journey as you journey on into college, and it promotes success at that higher level. So we want as many students as possible to be exposed to those courses and to benefit from what AP has to offer. So with the grant, I'll talk a few minutes about the components of the grant, because our schools that will participate will be able to reap the benefits of all of these components, and we'll see great things from our students and teachers as a result. Opportunities include student performance incentives. So if students qualify in a qualifying score on AP scale, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course qualifying is 3, 4, 5. Students that qualify for an incentive for passing their exam. So not only does it give you an incentive to really work hard, you get a little return on your investment of trying this tough course and doing well. It also provides help with the cost of the exams, because we know as many parents today, they know that budgets are tight sometimes, and so this offers an assistance program for students that need assistance with the exam. So again, opening this up to more students. AP prep sessions. We know how important it is to prepare for these exams, and this grant will allow us to offer prep sessions in all of the subjects all throughout the year. And during those sessions, you have AP teachers from around the district that will come and really teach our students, and that has been profound in my past experience. I've seen kids come on Saturdays and they're ready to work and study, and it pays off in the end. One of the other major things I think is important is the ability to take a mock exam. So before they sit for an exam in May, they actually get to practice and get feedback from their teacher. So this program provides an exam scoring assistant service, as well as the mock exam setting, which they sit for 4 hours. It's an actual replication of the actual environment when they're going to take it for real in May. So I think that is also very valuable. Additional resources, of course, for our science, math, and English classes will be provided with the grant to help support the curriculum. Extensive content-based training for our teachers, our AP teachers as well as pre-AP teachers. So we know the foundation begins before they get to the AP course. So this program is designed to even help those teachers before they get to AP, which are our pre-AP teachers, to really get the foundation and training they need to adequately prepare our kids for those AP courses. So that's a major part as well. Teacher performance incentives for every student that passes. Teachers get a little bonus for having kids qualify for the exam. So it's a very good system to reward teachers who really go the extra mile to help our students succeed on these exams. And there are also administrator campus bonuses. So each of the schools that have been selected will have an administrator designated for this program, and they will be trained and help us to really successfully implement at all campuses. So I'll tell you a little bit about the selection process. We started this late fall of last year, and the NMSI team came out and did site visits on all of our high school campuses to assess their current AP programs and opportunities for growth. And as a result, we have 4 campuses beginning this next school year. So I want you to please join me in congratulating those 4 campuses, because we have the principals here today, and we're very proud of them. First, we have Lakeview Centennial High School, Principal Angel Rivera. We also have Naaman Forest High School, Principal Dr. Erica Crump. We next have North Garland High School, Principal Dan Cummings. And last but not least, South Garland High School, Principal Tracy Curtis. Again, I cannot say thanks enough to TI Foundation as well as NMSI for having a very proven framework to help us improve student performance. We are really focused on improving the rigor in our classrooms and making sure that all of our kids have access to a quality AP program, and just open doors for them in the future. So thank you, and I will turn the program over to the chairman of the Texas Instruments Foundation, Mr. Lewis McMahon.
Thank you all. This is an exciting day for us also. Texas Instruments, as you know, has been in this community for a long, long time, and they formed the foundation to help all sorts of community things, but the majority of our money actually goes to education because it's the basis for our future. And we were riding up in the elevator with the principal from Lakeview Centennial, Angel, and he says, some days are good and some days aren't so good. Well, hopefully this piece will make today a little better than it may have been at the beginning, because you all are, the educators are the ones on the front line. You are the ones that are important. We feel very privileged just to be able to help support you. And I thank you for all your work and the work you will be doing. I'll give you just a little bit about how we got involved with NMSI. We looked at education and where should we focus, and our board decided that we should focus education in STEM and also teacher effectiveness. And we talked to lots of different people, and one of the beautiful things with this NMSI program is that it's a proven program. It works, and hopefully you've seen the results that we've seen. It's all across the United States. It began here, but it's now spread all around. The dramatic improvement that occurs in the number of kids that both get exposed to AP and they get passing grades. And one piece you didn't talk about is when you get those, you get credits in college. And I know you all know how expensive college is, but that was the best present one of my sons got, was an AP score that placed him out of some of the courses, because education is very, very expensive. And this is a great way to do it, and it's a great reward for the kids, too, to be exposed to that kind of future that they're going to have to deal with when they get to college or into the working world, not just college. So anyway, thank you very, very much. I want to introduce our team. Andy Smith, if you'll stand. Andy is the new executive director. And Ann Pomacall, who followed this through all the way as executive director for many years at Texas Instruments and helped us implement this program at many locations. And the good news is she's staying on, and she will be handling this grant as well as our other major education grants that we have underway. So Ann. Alita Stampley from the TI Philanthropy Organization, and she handles education for the company and coordinates with us in Foundation. And Gail Chandler, who's stuck over here, she's trying to hide. Gail supports us with communications, and a very important piece of our team. So that's our group. Again, thank you all. You are the ones that make the difference, and we're just glad we're able to help and contribute to things. So with that, I'd like to introduce a very important person, Greg Flesher with NMSI. We've worked with him from the beginning. He knows all the ins and outs. So every time we have a question, he has more data than I have questions to ask. Thanks.
Good evening. We are so excited to be here in Garland, and can't thank TI enough for all the support. And we believe in Garland. TI believes in Garland. After visiting the schools, we know that we're going to have some great success here. The key number is 442. So Tracy, Erica, Angel, and Daniel, 442. Last year there were 236 passing scores in the 4 schools. The goal for you guys, 442. So that's how we're going to be able to measure success, which is a tremendous increase. It'd be about 10 times the state and national average. And after meeting you guys and after all the work that Dorinda and Dale, Dorinda had an emergency appendectomy and Dale was whisked away to Louisiana at the last second. They really wanted to be here, but after all the work they've done and what they showed us, we think that the 442, you're going to meet that and really surpass. Dr. Wells and Dr. Morrison mentioned that it was Dr. Wells' impetus, and it's really exciting for us when former school leaders in other districts, bring the program when they move because they believe in it so much. There's really no greater affirmation. As a matter of fact, today, and there's a really great story in the New York Times about us in the front page of the science section. The New York Times usually doesn't write fluff pieces, but they actually wrote a fluff piece about us. But what's the coolest thing about it, the reporter did 6 months scrutinizing us. And I got an email from him after the article day, and he said, this is separate from my job as a New York Times reporter, but I'm making you an introduction to my own kids' district in New Jersey because I believe in it so much. And so we are so excited to be here. We can't thank the TI team enough, and we know that we want to support your efforts. I already told the principals, anything that you see how we can support better, let us know. It's not about feelings or anything. You need to just tell us what we can do better, and right away you guys said, and vice versa. It's a partnership. We're already loving it, and thank you so much for having us here. Thank you.
We are also excited at North just because we've seen the results of what NMSI's done over the years. And then plus we've always been looking for a partnership with somebody in the community, and to have TI as your partner, we were just blown away. So the whole experience has been exciting for us. When we came back, we all celebrated really big at North, so it was a good time.
The NMSI grant will be it'll make a tremendous impact on our school. The expectations are really going to rise now for students, teachers, and myself as the leader. We've got to perform, and we need to rethink everything we've done. How can we do things differently to make sure that our students are successful on these exams? Because in the end, we want them to have, of course, qualifying scores, but really the benefit of any AP program is going to be the habits and minds that the students can develop in these rigorous courses. So we're so excited.